The one thing that gets brought up sometimes is the skirmish I got in with my ex-wife back in 2002, in which she kneed me in the nuts, and I pushed her off me. And I'm telling you guys now, you might think that I'm thinking that was a mistake. But if I get kneed in the balls, and you got to ask yourself, who's mad here? She was mad that I got a letter from a friend in high school that I used to date 10 years before, and all the letter said, swear to God, strike me dead if I'm lying, all it said is, are you going to the 10-year reunion? That's all it said. She flipped the fuck out, cut the phone cord in half, was throwing shit around. I said, I need to go for a ride so you can cool down and I can cool down. I grabbed the keys. She came after me. And when she kneed me in the balls, I instinctively and reactively pushed her off of me. And I'm not going to sit here and say I wish that didn't happen, because damn it, don't fucking knee me in the balls. I didn't do anything. You're the one that's outraged, you know. But you have to understand size differential, and you have to account for that in emotional situations, you know. And I don't know. I used to have short guys come up to me at the bar all the time. Short guys have always had an issue with me. I don't know. I'm 6'5", so they would look for the biggest. I mean, sometimes there was a guy bigger than me, which was a huge relief, because they always want to pick on the biggest guy in the bar. And then they either get knocked out, or they're like, you know, you put your hand on their forehead and they're swinging at you. I've been to that, and it became comical after a while. At first, I took it serious. I was like, you want to fuck with me, motherfucker? Let's go. If I can reach down that low to hit you. And then after that, I was like, you don't want to fight me. Come on. What, because I'm tall? I didn't do anything to get tall. Leave me alone. Buy me a beer. Yeah, short guys always pick on big guys. It's always happened. I don't know what that is. Now, I did have one friend who, in one of my books called The Lost Dialogues of Table 18, which I'm not advertising, I'm not even telling you where to find it, the character in there is based on a real-life character who was a 5'3" tall Irishman who I love like a brother. Colin, I don't know if you remember Mike Callahan. He ran the Days Inn hotel down there, retired Army officer. Oh, this guy, man. Yeah, he was something. He passed at the very unripe age of 61. You okay over there, girl? I have got the most beautiful white shepherd in my bed right now. She is so beautiful, and she's going to probably live another couple months. And her back legs don't work right, and I have to help her into the bed. She can't jump up there, and it's been bothering me a lot over the last couple of days. I mean, I just, you know what it's like when you got a pet that's about to go. This is not a pet I've known for a long time, but it's a pet that I love. I instantly fell in love with this dog, and I don't know. I'm going to let that go because I don't want to be depressed tonight. Yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of lurkers. I was looking at the listens, and I was surprised to see so many early on. Usually takes like, my shit has to get uploaded to iHeart, and then I get those listens, and they come back. I only get about 10 or 15% of my listens from iHeart. Most of it's from right here at Spreaker. And then it might get up to 50, 60, 70, maybe 100 on a really big show. But usually it starts out with like 4 guys, and it's that way for a half hour or an hour. And I popped it up, and it was like 12 already. I was like, uh-oh, everybody's afraid I'm going to talk about them. Yeah. What am I killing you about, man? Dogs kill me. Oh, yeah. This beautiful dog. And what's funny is that in Studio 4, we have a few dogs. And there's another one also about to go. Days Inn stayed there. Zodiac's been everywhere, man. Here's a guy, Colin, who you would understand. Colin, who was in Germany and found some very beautiful ladies there, and I think he fell in love with the place while he was there as well. Andrew will leave the gorgeous country of Australia, to go to Thailand to seek his prey. And do you blame him? Wouldn't you do that if you were single and you were into Thai chicks? I suppose I would. What do you have to do to prove you're real? Well, Leanne, there's voice changing software out there. I mean, I'll tell you what, because I'm in a weird spot right now on my relationship status, so I wouldn't feel right like seeing you on video. But what if you called into Trevor's show and you two Skyped and you turned on your video to prove you were real? something like that. Like, then I'd have to believe both of you, but maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be directly involved in something that may be considered flirtation. I mean, it's just not. I'm in a weird spot right now. Australia is super expensive these days. Is it? What do you guys think? I don't want to start a controversy here. Look, I believe in the Constitution the way it is. I believe in the amendments the way they are. And I do believe sometimes we need to add them. I like the fact that an American can own guns. That feels right to me. Is it just because I'm a product of that environment? Maybe. I don't know. But they took them away in Australia. And that worries me a little. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'm not overly flirtatious, and I'm at a spot right now where I don't think I should pursue anything as far as, you know, I've flirted with a couple girls on Facebook since my fiance and I have taken our parallel paths as we look at things, and she's been flirted with, and I've kind of toyed with this back and forth, and I realized that my testosterone must have really dropped, really, because I hit about 40 years old, and I just lost interest, really, in beautiful women that, you know, if you guys don't know, my all-time favorite, most beautiful woman that I use as a reference is Jane March. And I've shown plenty of guys her picture, and they're like, she's not all that, Kev. Well, maybe she's not, but there's something in me genetically that makes me love women that look like Jane March. I don't know why. Don't you have somebody? Come on, guys. Who is it in Hollywood or that sings or is on a TV show or even a podcast that is the perfect physical ideal of the type of person you find most physically attractive? You've got one. You know you've got one. Some guys say, no, man, I just like blondes with big tits. That's very unprecise. I'm surprised. If you lined up 30 blondes with big tits, there'd be one you'd favor. There would be. Now, what is it about her? You know, me, I can tell you exactly what I like in a woman. I like black girl butts on white women. Not big, just round. Cut a volleyball in half, put the two sides together. There's the perfect ass. Hey, Barco, if that's the real Barco. I like long, dark hair, if possible. I prefer brown eyes, because there's something mysterious about them. And again, if you look at Jane March, you're going to see all this. I prefer a nice petite nose. And I like a woman that, although she can take care of herself, makes me feel needed once in a while. Makes me feel like the big tough protector, even if there's a little bit of play going on there. You know, a guy needs to feel that just like a woman needs to be told genuinely, not through fake means, that she's beautiful. And that she's, you know, whatever her special qualities are, if you're her man, you should be mentioning those to her on a regular basis. If she's got a perfect smile, and you haven't told her in 6 months she has a perfect smile, you need to tell her how beautiful her smile is. And be genuine. Don't give fake compliments. If you have to give fake compliments to your partner, you're probably with the wrong person. You should have at least a good 10 or 15 major things, from looks to personality, from intellect to attitude, that you can compliment on someone and be genuine, be telling the truth. Let me tell you something. Women especially will know when you're fucking lying, and they will know when you're bullshitting, and they will know when you're spreading it on a bit thick or spreading it on a bit thin, trying to play hard to get. This new thing guys are doing with women, trying to... Let me tell you a trick that guys are using right now. There's been this huge movement of trying to sell audio and video to guys who can't get chicks. And I'll get back to you guys in the chat in a second. But so the guys that can't get chicks, they watch the video. It says the guys are training them to be hard to get. And they're training them to do things like go into the bar, go up to the girl you like, find the one thing she's probably embarrassed about, and give her a compliment about it. All right, here's an example. So say the girl's got kind of big teeth. You would say, oh, I love women with bigger teeth. I just think it's beautiful. So what you've just done is you've offended her, but you've given her a compliment at the same time. And you've done this little psychological trick where you're going, hey, I'm going to accept one of your flaws. In fact, I'm going to love that flaw. That's a trick. And if you know something about body language, I can go into a bar and decode that shit It's just like the Matrix. All I see is green numbers falling. I know exactly what that adds up to. Yeah, and I'll bet Colin's even better than I am. But if you understand body language, you'll know exactly what's going on in a bar. Exactly. Maybe the tricks are changing now and I wouldn't be as good. But I do know body language. And when people drink or are under the influence of something, they tend to get even more relaxed. And you don't have countermeasures, where, here's an example. Someone who's not comfortable in a situation will typically cross their arms and legs and lean back. Those are the typical things you look for somebody who would really rather not be in that spot right there. But that could also be a person who has a sore knee and is cold. So you've got to look at the context, and you can tell. Now, a sober person might say, I know that already, Kevin. So what I do when I'm uncomfortable in a situation is I intentionally do not cross my legs or arms and lean back. I lean forward. I tilt my head to show I'm interested, even when I'm not. So countermeasures are being used now. So even body language, like any other language, it has understanding caveats. And I've always been a huge fan of language. That's why I was an English major. And the way the mind works, and which made me an English and Psych double major, which really gave me exactly what I wanted. If I went back to college today, I wouldn't pick different majors. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed learning about our language and about the human mind. And those are my two specialties academically, whereas my practical specialty is working on computers. Pretty much the only real skill I have besides graphics, doing some graphics work and making paracord stuff. Colin, I have not talked to you yet. You guys are going crazy in chat. I love it. Hi, Stacy. Zodiac 12. He likes bad girls. See, he admits it. Now, Colin likes strong girls, and he said, I wrote bright eyes to pick on Kev earlier. I know he likes them dark, all the better for me. True. So if we're together out west, and let's say there's this beautiful woman that comes in the room, and she's got everything I love, but she's got bright blue eyes. It's not that I won't notice her beauty. I will notice and register her beauty. But I'll be looking, probably peeking behind her to see if an equally beautiful woman comes in with dark eyes. And isn't that very superficial? It is. Yes, it's shallow. I agree. Especially with colored contacts these days. You don't know who you're getting in real life, much less on the internet. But it's just a natural preference. Don't you guys have natural preferences? What do you want to see? Colin I'm not going to tell you which image it was, but he was able to show me the image, a couple of images of what he considered to be just about perfect women. What about you? I know you do, Leanne. You have beautiful blue eyes. I've just always been a sucker for brown eyes. But I will tell you this. In my history, I've had my last relationship, which we're actually still in, and the relationship before that were both 5 years. One was with a brown-eyed girl, and one was with a blue-eyed girl. The blue-eyed girl, I always got along with better. Whenever I've dated blue-eyed girls, like Tammy out in Colorado, always got along with them better. The brown-eyed girls, maybe it's because I got too hooked on them right away, and they don't like that needy type of thing or that clingy type of thing. And I have a history of being a little jealous around my lady. I'll be honest with you. I'll give you an example real quick. Out in Colorado Springs, this was about 1999. I was transferring from the Gateway Tech Support Center in Hampton, Virginia, out to the Colorado Springs one, just for fun. Yeah, I've moved west before, Colin, because we'd be doing that. And it was basically to do it, and because there was a girl out there. And she was my perfect physical ideal. So beautiful. She had 3 kids that made things difficult, plus a jealous baby daddy. As soon as I come around, baby daddies get jealous. Why? I don't know. If it's my height, the kids love me. Maybe it's because I look decent. I don't know. My teeth will fall out soon. I'm not into that. I'm not into self-image. Fuck all that. I'll be ugly. I'll get a glass eye that looks like a big cock. That's fine. I'm me. That's all there is. And the looks will fade. They will fade. Some of you guys are going to combat that with everything you can find in your arsenal. Every surgery, every kind of makeup, every kind of haircut, every kind of style of dress. You're going to never, ever want to get uglier because you're getting older. It's a battle, and I feel for you. That is a battle I will not be fighting. I will get naturally uglier as I get older, and I will love myself anyway. Yeah, why not? Why not? Kevin and I had the roommate talk about our women types. Yep.